A popular New Year's resolution is for people to lose weight. And let me be perfectly clear, I'm not judging you if you want to lose weight this year. I think it's a very good goal, and I think it's good to want to be healthy. Most people say that they want to cut out fast food from their diet, maybe they want to do a keto diet, or whatever other diets they saw online. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing. If you want to feel better, yes, eating better is a good way to feel better, but your diet isn't just what you eat. Let me explain. When I was younger, I followed a lot of negative things. I was always mad at the world because I knew that people were corrupt, dark things were going on behind the scenes, and I was just mad because I knew that we had enough resources for things to go around so that everyone can be helped, but that just wasn't the way the world worked. It wasn't profitable to help poor people, and make no mistake, I'm still pissed off about that because the money is there. It's just not being used in the way that's beneficial for everybody. But that's another conversation for another day. Anyway, like I said, I used to follow a lot of negative things until one day, I don't know how or why, but it was like a switch just flipped and all of a sudden I didn't really care. I'm not sure why this happened. I think it's just because I started focusing on the things that I can control instead of the things that I couldn't. And I think how you feel and your outlook on the world and other things like that are largely dependent on what you watch, what you read, who you follow, and who you spend your time with. I think it's pretty black and white in this situation because if you watch things that are negative, you're gonna start seeing negative things. That's partially why I don't really care to watch the news. I'm not saying I don't watch it, but most of the time I'm on Twitter to check the news and I have the weather app on my phone. There's a reason that the news is mostly negative and it reports on negative things because you're more likely gonna wanna watch the bad thing because it might affect you. If you saw one article that said, we're in for some beautiful weather today versus another one that said, today's weather is gonna be terrible, you'd most likely click on the bad one because it can affect you. Bad weather affects everyone, but good weather doesn't negatively affect everyone. See what I mean? It's also about who you follow. Personally, you can go and check the people that I'm following. I follow my girl, and almost every other account that I follow is either a brand or something that I'm interested in. I follow Dyson, I follow Tesla, I follow Patagonia. All the accounts that I follow are things that are positive and of value to me. You'll notice that I don't follow accounts like SixBuzz or any of those other accounts that don't provide value to me because what's on there? They're showing someone that's screaming in a McDonald's because their order was wrong? What good does that do for me? Nothing, so I don't follow it. We go on Instagram and other forms of social media so much that every once in a while we have to go through and audit who we're following to see if their posts are adding or subtracting from our lives. Who you spend your time with also has a lot to do with who you can become and realizing your potential. So hopefully you have friends, and hopefully those friends push you to maximize your potential. But if they don't, you might have to find new friends. I'm gonna be honest, I was a bad friend. I was that friend that told you the world was bullshit and everything was terrible and there was no point to life, and I'm gonna be honest, I should have done better. But as I've discovered as of late, I have friends that support me and my vision for one of my projects that I want to accomplish this year. One of them lives far away, but he calls in to check on my progress and even said that I could potentially use a house that he has access to as a filming location. Another one of my friends said that my idea is really sick and that if I needed any help, he would be there to help me because I currently don't have a car. But I remember when I was 16 or 17, I was like, man, like that stuff doesn't even matter and I'll be able to filter out all the bullshit that my friends were saying. And trust me when I say that it's more difficult than you think. Who you spend your time with has such a huge effect on your potential, it's not even funny. If you have the goal of being rich, let's say, literally all you have to do is hang out with rich people, and I don't know how or why it happens, but you just become the sum of those 4 or 5 people that you associate yourself with. Maybe it's because they might be business minded like you, maybe they drop little gems of information here and there for you, or maybe they just straight up tell you, hey, I'm entering this investment, let's do it together, and boom, there you go. And yes, it's easier said than done because a lot of rich people probably already have tight-knit circles and they might be hesitant to let outsiders in, but you never know if you don't go and put yourself out there. Put it this way, you don't get rich by hanging out with people that don't have money. It's as simple as that. The same thing also happens if you're trying to be healthier, like I said at the beginning of the video. If you're trying to be healthy and you're associating yourself with people that don't have the same goals as you, it's either time to find new people with those goals, or the more difficult thing to do is you can try and bring them along with you so that you can all be healthier, like as a collective. But be aware, that is a very lofty thing to try and accomplish, and it's not easy at all. It's like trying to change people's minds on their political stance. Something catastrophic has to happen for them to see and realize, hey, maybe this person was right for trying to show me the way. You know what I mean? And if you are going the route of trying to help all your friends or whoever, I truly applaud you for doing so, because that's a very noble thing to do. And if you can do it, you're gonna feel great. But don't say that I didn't warn you that it was difficult. At the end of the day, like I said, eating good is important, but having a healthy body and a toxic mind is counterintuitive, at least in my opinion. I think if you're gonna try and eat healthy and stuff like that, you might as well go all the way with it and change your lifestyle at the same time. Because let's say you start eating healthier, but you're still hanging around the same people that are causing you more mental health issues, you're just gonna realize that one day you were just wasting time. And if you found new people with the same goals as you, it would have been way better. But as I said, you can try and help people change, but you can't change them unless they want to be changed. And that whole thing is up to them. And as always, thanks for watching.